Animation, one of the greatest fundamentals of life that has ever existed. Out of the many cores of animation, we have seen so many parts of it become important to our own lives in many different ways, in different shapes and forms. So today we are going to be talking about one of the greatest cartoons to possibly ever exist. And of course, talk about what could possibly be the greatest film as a footstep to further animation as we know it. What is going on, guys? AnimaTD here, and guys, welcome back to yet another exciting video here on the channel for you guys. Now today I have a video that might seem a bit controversial to some, but to me this certain movie may be the actual blueprint to future animation as we possibly know it. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, today we are going to be reviewing the HBO Max version of the Tom and Jerry movie. Now I won't lie, I understand why a lot of people don't like it. I understand why a lot of people gave it 3 stars or even worse reviews. However, to those people who have physically sat down and have known to love the cartoon over the years, 2 thumbs up for you. You did a great job. However, if you are somebody who is only here to tell me how you think the movie's bad, how you think the movie should have never been made, or simply to throw it in the trash, we can go on ahead and say that your opinion is probably invalid. You should probably go get a new one. They probably sell them at the store somewhere, probably at Walmart, $15.99. Go get yourself one. My point being is that exactly, I do not physically hate this movie. In fact, where the direction of the movie could have gone could have been better, but still, I do not think that this movie should be getting the hate that I feel like it's been getting a lot in the past 24 hours. Like, I think the cast they chose was amazing. I think that for a lot of things, some cast members could have had a little bit bigger parts. And for sure, one thing is very clear about this movie. One scene that spoke to me the most was the fact that they got the legend, the guy, the Don, whatever you want to call him, the man himself, T-Pain, doing a song with Ray Charles singing as Tom and the only speaking part of the movie for him. Just like, look at him. How do you hate this? Who said for you to hate this? Out of all the parts in the movie, that was probably one of my favorite parts, just to hear his voice and the fact that the piano is just everything about this just gave a sort of energy to animation in itself. The fact that his love for cartoons has been around for so long and he's incorporated with so much of his music, that's also another huge part to why I really like this movie, and the fact that why I think he's a great artist. Just straight up fantastic. I love it. And yeah, sure, I'm a T-Pain fan. What are you gonna do? Shoot me? I don't think you should. You should probably you should probably go somewhere else with that. And if you think that my words are not convincing enough that this part in the movie is one of the coolest parts, here's a clip to show you that you're wrong. But the movie, to me, is more of a sentimental thing as well, because the fact of the matter is that Tom and Jerry has been around for so long, and the fact that we, as kids, as adults, as people who are now experiencing this for the very first time of Tom and Jerry, it's such a great movie. And the way that you have to physically look at this movie is the fact that you have to view this as the fact that this is the blueprint, once again, for future animation. If you want to take a look at the fact that how they did Back in Action with Looney Tunes, how they did Space Jam and Roger Rabbit even, those movies were also blueprints of how you can incorporate an animated version of a film or a cartoon and incorporate it with real world statistics. And yeah, sure, the only reason I have with maybe the gripe of this movie is the fact that Jerry's a dick. He's straight up a dick. Like, he said, okay, you want me out? Nah, I'm moving in. Like, you what? I get it. I so get it, but you. It's like, he's such a dick. No, man, but for real, this movie is just, it's more of a sentimental thing with me, man, especially since cartoons have been one of the majorest things in my life. Majorist? I don't even know that's a word. One of the most major things in my life growing up. I remember watching the Storks, Scooby-Doo, the Smurfs, just like anything, Magilla Gorilla. All those shows growing up from that part of animation, and just waking up in the morning on Saturday and just seeing Boomerang and Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, just watching all this stuff growing up is such it was a great and beautiful experience. Nowadays, you got so many people attached to their technology and expecting so much out of these these movies coming out, to where like that whole heart and soul has been lost over the years. And once again, is this movie perfect? Probably not. Does it follow the main aspects of the original Tom and Jerry cartoons? Probably not. My point being is that for a movie like this, and the fact that the amount of work that has to go into a movie exactly like this, it's a lot. It's a lot of work. And sure, maybe the only thing about this movie that I can possibly not agree with is the fact that you brought elephants to a hotel and expected nothing to go wrong. They're f***ing elephants. You brought an elephant, you fought tigers, like what? My point being, man, I really just enjoyed the comedy. So many of the aspects have followed what Tom and Jerry have been doing the years. That rivalry in itself has just been so important throughout these years. And granted, yeah, sure, in the cartoons they have their moments where they're working together, but this is one of those moments to where you get to see that again and just relive what you have seen throughout the years. And again, film critics will scrutinize and brutalize a movie that's like this, and it's not fair. It's so not fair, because granted, while it's their job to criticize a film and to judge it and all sorts of other stuff, a lot of the times these film critics don't really put all their thought into it, because they're the ones who are just only watching the movie. They honestly just do it for the clicks, for the stars, and then they move on with their day. So to get someone who actually physically loves watching movies and had the time to physically sit down and appreciate a lot of the stuff with this certain movie, it's like, even now I'm looking at it, it's like with everything that they've done, it doesn't make sense, man. Point being, animation is going so much in the past 20 something years that I've been alive. It has been accelerated and improved so much to where people can now, if they wanted to remake a possible Roger Rabbit film or even do another back in action Looney Tunes movie, they can use this as a form of means to take aspects from this and work with it. And yes, I understand we're getting a whole nother Space Jam movie, and I bet you the people who are gonna watch this movie are gonna love the fact that it's Space Jam, and they're gonna give it an immediate 5 stars. Mind you, the concept will probably still be the same as this movie here, but still, the fact that it's Space Jam and Looney Tunes, it's gonna skyrocket just because of the fan service. And I'm pretty sure the fan service for Tom and Jerry and Looney Tunes may not be on the same scale, but still, the similar fandoms of that are very similar. In fact, there are people who I know love Tom and Jerry more than they love Looney Tunes itself. It's crazy, I know, but still, it exists. So before you go ahead and bash this movie, and if you have HBO Max, all I can say is, man, give this movie a chance. Don't sit down and brutalize it because you see what people say online about it. You have to physically experience that for yourself. And if you honestly do not like it after you're done watching it, then that's fine. That is totally fine. But to the people who physically sit there and judge this movie because they either see what they saw online from a 30-second clip, or they said they heard it from their friend judging it later on, don't do that. Just give animation a chance to succeed and to improve for your future favorite films in the future. All in all, out of I want to say what the rating is, 5 stars. I want to give this film, I feel like if I give it a 5, I would definitely be lying to myself, despite the fact that this whole video is just defending the movie in itself. I will honestly give this movie a 4. The only reason why I'm giving it a 4 is the fact that the whole direction for the movie did seem a bit off. There were some parts to where I sat there and myself was a little bit confused. I sat there and I'm just like, why did they go with that? Or maybe even some of the casting choices for the movie seemed a bit off. But then again, it's a Tom and Jerry cartoon, so of course, if you watch the originals and you try to watch this, you can see some aspects to where it might not be true to heart for it. But also, you got to remember that this is a whole different take of Tom and Jerry in itself, because Tom and Jerry has had, I believe, 5 movies, 6 movies, and this one being maybe 6 or 7. So with each movie, they take a different take about how they can present the characters. However, in this case, this may not have been my favorite, but I'm more looking at it at an animation aspect as to what could be the future of animation. Again, you don't have to agree with my opinion. Hell, you could even roast me in the comments for liking Tom and Jerry. At this point, I don't care. That's my opinion. You just got to live with it. But thank you guys so much for checking out the video. If you guys did enjoy this review, then please let me know how I could better these reviews later in the future. And if you did like the video, do not forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And again, turn on those notifications because these videos are going to continue to hit. These videos are going to be coming at you so fast, and I would not want you guys to miss out on what's coming in the future. Anyways, guys, with all that being said and done, my name is Tony Daddy, aka AnimaTD, and I will catch you guys next time.